Clean my lens. Yikes. Okay, so today we are bottling, but it's different. We are bottling hand sanitizer to go to the Concord Hospital out here in New Hampshire. We're sending some to the food bank, and we're sending some to a couple of homeless shelters. Hand sanitizer is different than our normal alcohol. We use industrial ethanol. Early on, we used what was going to be our 2024 bourbon when, you know, everything closed down and there was a real shortage of hand sanitizer. But since then, we've got these big drums of 80% ethanol. So what we do with that is we mix it with some Bittrex, which is in there, and Bittrex is bitter flavoring, effectively, so that kids don't drink it. We use the World Health Organization formula, and we bottle it just out of this guy by hand. It's a pretty exciting process. Actually, it's really cool that we're able to do this for the local community around here and give back a little bit. Distilleries were making a lot of hand sanitizer really early on in the pandemic, and now that the numbers have gone back up, it's a good thing for us to be able to do. A lot of people aren't licensed to work with ethanol or to store ethanol because it's highly flammable and a pretty scary, dangerous substance. But distilleries are, so it's something that we are allowed to do, and it's a way that we can give back to the community. So join us on this bottling adventure. Click like and subscribe, because that's a good thing to do. And here we go. We wanted to go a little bit more in depth, or I wanted to go a little bit more in depth about what the hand sanitizer is made out of and how that's different from some of our other products and how that all works. So I corralled Dad to actually talk about it.
We started making hand sanitizer right after COVID-19 hit. They closed down the distillery, and we had a lot of production capacity that was not being used. And we wanted to help out the situation. We've donated it to hospitals, homeless shelters, and food pantries. This is the hand sanitizer we're making. It's the World Health Organization formula. It's 80% topical non-sterile solution. We started out with alcohol that we made from grain. Grain, some of which was grown here on the property, other of it grown right here locally, which was a very, very expensive way to make hand sanitizer. But we were doing that because the system was totally overloaded. There was no alcohol available because people were needing so much of it. There was no glycerin available. There was no hydrogen peroxide available. There weren't even bottles and caps available. So it was a big struggle getting geared up to do this. It took us about 2 months of making small amounts that way before we could finally get industrial alcohol. The reason we want to use industrial alcohol is because we want to use the alcohol we're making to make bourbon or brandy and not put it, what they call denature it, which is make it so it's undrinkable. We denature our alcohol with a product called Bitrix, which makes it so bitter that you certainly don't want to drink it. The concern is that a child would put it in their mouth and drink too much of it, but now with Bitrix in it, it's unpalatable. So when we were finally able to get commercial alcohol, these 2 drums are commercial alcohol. It's at about 196 proof, which is like 98% ethanol. It's made from grain. It's even kosher. We could be turning this into gin or vodka, which is what many people do with it, but it's also used industrially. It's certainly a jump above the huge amounts of ethanol that are manufactured for automobile fuel mixed with your gasoline for automobile fuel. But it's not a artisanal product. It's not made of local grain. It's a lot less expensive for us to use this for hand sanitizer than it is to use our own alcohol.
Thank you very much. So let's get back to bottling some hand sanitizer because we've got so many drums of this that we need to go through. Okay, and once again we are done with bottling. Thank the Lord. We're actually not done with bottling at all. I still have a ton more labeling to do. All these boxes, like half of them still need labels, and then I have to actually pack them into boxes like this. But we're out of boxes, we're out of labels, and I don't think that, because we're in the middle of a blizzard right now, and there's like actually 3 feet of snow on the ground, I don't think we're actually gonna get any before I have to leave. So, I am done bottling, which I am stoked about. So, yeah, this is all going to the hospital here, and the food bank, and some homeless shelters, to try and help with, you know, this next wave of COVID. It's not a lot, but it's something that we can do, right? So, if you too want some hand sanitizer, some artisanal hand sanitizer, come by the store and the tasting room, and we can sell some to you as well. So, thank you for joining me on that bottling adventure and listening to my dad talk about the different types of alcohol that we use and that we make. Let us know if you find some hand sanitizer in the wild that belongs to us. And remember to hit like and subscribe so that you can know when we do more of these videos. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.